The word of the day is troll, and in this video you'll see some hilarious Democrat on Republican trolling that took place in Congress, and in our featured story, someone at Apple went rogue, and you won't believe what they did to Donald J. Trump with just a slight but very powerful twist in their technology, so stay tuned for all the viral and trolltacular moments coming up next. First up is what I would describe as an instant classic from the House of Representatives. Whenever I see Jamie Raskin, the constitutional scholar and Maryland representative in a clip, it's a scroll stopper, and he did not disappoint this time. Watch as he gives Republican and Trump sycophant Jim Jordan a much-needed lesson on the First Amendment in a style that only he can deliver.
The best speech for wrong speech is more speech. The best speech for false speech is true speech. That's how.
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. I'm inspired by your First Amendment passion. You are the
I knew you would be.
You are the John Stuart Mill of the House of Representatives and the Voltaire of Congress, and you put me in the mood of Justice Brandeis. But I want to ask.
Stop there.
No, I got to keep going a little bit because I have to know whether or not your First Amendment passion and principles, which I take to be completely true, and I've always known that about you, extend to one citizen named Donald Trump. Now, let's talk about Donald Trump for a second, okay? He is, after all, I think, the President of the United States. And check this out, okay? Everybody in this room who's sitting on this side of the dais is a politician, okay? We have people say stuff about us and say stuff about our rivals and our opponents all the time. I don't know if there's anybody here who's ever sued anybody in politics for libel or defamation. I'm taking that no. I imagine a lot of us have felt like, have you? Well, I'll be curious to hear about that later, Mr. Issa. But the vast majority of us don't sue people even when we feel really aggrieved by the mean things that people say. And yet, Donald Trump gets to be president of the United States, and suddenly he decides he doesn't like Jim Jordan's approach, which is the answer to bad speech is good speech. The answer to false speech is true speech. The answer to nonsense is the dialectics of expression. That's the spirit of the First Amendment. Well, check this one out. Donald Trump personally suing CBS for $20 billion. With that, but suddenly, because it's Donald Trump, you don't want to do oversight on it. It's the most amazing thing in the world. And we're going to be silent with all of these attacks on the First Amendment, where the president is saying, I don't like the words you use. I want you to say Gulf of America, not Gulf of Mexico. Associated Press is now banned from this room. I'm kicking you out. I mean, come on. This is the United States of America. Will any of my friends over there, all of whom understand and love the First Amendment, say it should apply even against the President of the United States? And I know you voted for him, and you'd vote for him again if the Constitution changes, and so on. But leaving all that aside, does the First Amendment not apply to him?
Consider Raskin dropping that truth bomb on Jordan, the opening act in our trollathon. And now taking center stage is the rogue employee who is responsible for this wild and anti-Trump glitch in the iPhone. I'll give Jake Tapper of CNN the honor of introducing you to what happened, and on the other side, I have a mega MAGA meltdown that you need to see.
Apple is working to fix what they're calling a bug that briefly changes the word racist to the word Trump when you use the voice to text feature. I'm not making this up. We tested it at the lead here and we saw it for ourselves. Watch and listen.
Racist.
What? So this, after some notable ups and downs between President Trump and Apple over the past few days. Monday, Trump praised CEO Tim Cook for a new $500 billion investment. Then today, Trump lashed out at Apple's diversity, equity, and inclusion policy. CNN's Claire Duffy is with us. Claire, I have to say, that is a very fishy glitch.
Yeah, Jake, the company is saying essentially that the AI system behind its voice-to-text feature can occasionally type an incorrect word with phonetic overlap, essentially a word that sounds similar to what a user was trying to say before quickly correcting, which is what we see happened here. A user would say Trump, or user would say racist, the thing would type Trump and then quickly correct to racist. But, I think users can decide, viewers can decide how much phonetic overlap they think there is between the words racist and Trump. Apple says this was a glitch and it's working on a fix.
I don't sense a lot of phonetic overlap, but what do I know?
So that is what happened, and if whoever is responsible for that gem happens to be watching right now, please send me a message because I would like to reward your subversive shenanigans with a Starbucks gift card. Meanwhile, check out this epic meltdown from one of MAGA's biggest trolls, as reported by the comments section.
Then Alex Jones got a hold of this info that was going around on TikTok, and he tried it out himself. He posted his team's results, which then went viral over on X. Never thought the day I'd be showing an Alex Jones video.
Charlotte, show people what you just discovered.
So if you do voice note to text and you say racist.
That one worked for her right away.
Racist. Racist.
Ooh. Let me get it closer. Show people they can see that. That is insane. Ladies and gentlemen, we just caught Apple in literal subliminal brainwashing.
What that rogue Apple employee did was wrong and we can't condone it, right? Heck with that. Let's celebrate. Many of us feel helpless at this moment in time as we watch Donald Trump deconstruct our democracy, and our concerns are heightened because so far Democrats haven't been very effective in pushing back against his wrecking ball, other than some well-placed rhetoric. So while we're waiting for the Democrat shoe to drop on Trump, I salute this sneaky message. I agree 100% with the content, and I appreciate the attention that it is receiving. And I salute in advance all the acts of resistance to come, from frustrated private citizens standing up in small ways to lawmakers with big platforms and even bigger opportunities to throw water on the Trump dumpster fire. And in closing, just to make this video a trolling trifecta, I will give New York Governor Kathy Hochul the final word. Watch as she trolls Trump and his burn-it-down pyromaniac friend Elon Musk with an invitation for displaced federal workers that is a clever twist on Trump's signature catchphrase.
The federal government might say you're fired, but here in New York, we say you're hired. In fact, we love federal workers. Whatever your skills, we value public service. Check out potential jobs at ny.gov/we want you. Come join our New York State family.